I believe innovation is the most powerful force for change in the world. How you gather, manage, and use information will determine whether you win or lose. We're changing the world with technology. It's fine to celebrate success, but it is more important to heed the lessons of failure. The computer was born to solve problems that did not exist before. If you are born poor, it's not your mistake, but if you die poor, it's your mistake. Vision without execution is daydreaming. Success today requires the agility and drive to constantly rethink, reinvigorate, react, and reinvent. I am not in competition with anyone but myself. My goal is to improve myself continuously. I choose a lazy person to do a hard job. Because a lazy person will find an easy way to do it. We get comfort from those who agree with us, but we get growth from only those who don't agree with us. The need to communicate effectively with your customers will come up again and again. You can make money and you can make excuses, but you can never make money out of excuses. Whether I'm at the office, at home, or on the road, I always have a stack of books I'm looking forward to reading. When you are failing, you are forced to be creative, to dig deep and think, night and day. I was lucky to be in the right place at the right time. But many others were also in the same place. The difference was that I took action. Most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10 years. There will be 2 types of businesses in the next 5 years, those that are on the internet and those that are out of business. The more you learn, the more you have a framework that the knowledge fits into. Learning from mistakes and constantly improving products is a key in all successful companies. Patience is a key element of success. See the clock only when you have no work. Don't see the clock when you are working. Clock is a lock for success. Don't let complexity stop you. You always overestimate what you can get done in a year and underestimate what you can get done in 10 years. 5 years from now on the web for free you'll be able to find the best lectures in the world. It will be better than any single university. As we look ahead into the next century, leaders will be those who empower others. Every new change forces all the companies in an industry to adapt their strategies to that change. I definitely think leaving kids massive amounts of money is not a favor to them. Treatment without prevention is simply unsustainable. There were a lot of missteps in the early days, but because we got in early we got to make more mistakes than other people. The advance of technology is based on making it fit in so that you don't really even notice it, so it's part of everyday life. The intersection of law, politics, and technology is going to force a lot of good thinking. Our success has really been based on partnerships from the very beginning. I don't think there's anything unique about human intelligence. All the neurons in the brain that make up perceptions and emotions operate in a binary fashion. Embrace bad news to learn where you need the most improvement. Technology is just a tool. In terms of getting the kids working together and motivating them, the teacher is the most important. Banking is necessary, banks are not. In 3 years, every product my company makes will be obsolete. The only question is whether we will make them obsolete or somebody else will. Giving money effectively is almost as hard as earning it in the first place. We all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. If you can't make it good, at least make it look good. Don't wallow in failure. Instead, learn from it. If you think your teacher is tough, wait till you get a boss. Learning to write programs stretches your mind and helps you think better, creates a way of thinking about things that I think is helpful in all domains. I read an hour almost every night. It's part of falling asleep. If I only had $2 left, I would spend $1 on PR. Digital reading will completely take over. It's lightweight and it's fantastic for sharing. Over time it will take over. Often you have to rely on intuition. Only through focus can you do world-class things, no matter how capable you are. I never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. And I'm still fanatical, but now I'm a little less fanatical. I don't know yet. Discrimination has a lot of layers that make it tough for minorities to get a leg up. In 9th grade, I came up with a new form of rebellion. I hadn't been getting good grades, but I decided to get all A's without taking a book home. I didn't go to math class because I knew enough and had read ahead, and I placed within the top 10 people in the nation on an aptitude exam. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. Analytical software enables you to shift human resources from rote data collection to value-added customer service and support where the human touch makes a profound difference. The first 5 years have so much to do with how the next 80 turn out. I really had a lot of dreams when I was a kid, and I think a great deal of that grew out of the fact that I had a chance to read a lot. Exposure from a young age to the realities of the world is a super big thing. People cannot become truly knowledgeable without being excellent readers. Television is not real life. In real life, people actually have to leave the coffee shop and go to jobs. I believe in innovation and that the way you get innovation is you fund research and you learn the basic facts. Only a few businesses will succeed by having the lowest price, so most will need a strategy that includes customer services. The leader needs to create an environment in which people can analyze the situation and develop a good response. If you mess up, it's not your parents' fault, so don't whine about your mistakes, learn from them. Life's not fair, get over it. A fundamental new rule for business is that the internet changes everything. To be a good professional engineer, always start to study late for exams because it teaches you how to manage time and tackle emergencies. Convert bad news to good news. Computers and games don't waste time, people do. Learn from your unhappy customers. Investing in tomorrow's technology today is more critical than ever. Legacy is a stupid thing. I don't want a legacy. Effective philanthropy requires a lot of time and creativity, the same kind of focus and skills that building a business requires. In this business, by the time you realize you're in trouble, it's too late to save yourself. Unless you're running scared all the time, you're gone. I'm serious when I do my work. I'm not serious when I'm home with my kids. This social networking thing takes you to crazy places. I have an excellent memory, a most excellent memory. The power of capitalism to mediate the gap between rich and poor is pretty incredible. Indeed, I think, year by year, the gap gets less. We've got to put a lot of money into changing behavior. The nuclear industry has this amazing record, even equipment from generations 1 and 2. But nuclear mishaps tend to come in these big events: Chernobyl, 3 Mile Island, and now Fukushima, so it's more visible. Life is a lot more fun if you treat its challenges in creative ways. To win big, you sometimes have to take big risks. Your most unhappy customers are your greatest source of learning. Billionaires should never be responsible for solving problems, because they're not the government. Every day we're saying, how can we keep this customer happy? How can we get ahead in innovation by doing this, because if we don't, somebody else will. Robotics and other combinations will make the world pretty fantastic compared with today. Creativity allows people to be effective. Climate change is a terrible problem and it absolutely needs to be solved. It deserves to be a huge priority. Living on $6 a day means you have a refrigerator, a TV, a cell phone, your children can go to school. That's not possible on $1 a day. Make it just like a Mac. Be nice to nerds. Chances are you'll end up working for one. Personally, I'd like to see more of our leaders take a technocratic approach to solving our biggest problems. It's useful to compare our preparations for epidemics with our preparations for war. I'm not an educator. I'm a learner. I work hard because I love my work. Don't tax my income, tax my consumption. The barrier to change is not too little caring, it is too much complexity. Whether it's Google or Apple or free software, we've got some fantastic competitors and it keeps us on our toes. Connectivity enables transparency for better government, education, and health. For one thing, there's an essential human factor in every business endeavor. It doesn't matter if you have a perfect product, production plan and marketing pitch, you'll still need the right people to lead and implement those plans.